What's up, Bitcoin?
And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 1283. Today is Friday, January 24th, 2025, and I'm King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto every day, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m.-ish. And today's top story is Trump's executive order, a game changer for institutional crypto adoption. Elizabeth Warren joins call for probe of Trump over crypto tokens. MicroStrategy may owe taxes on $19 billion unrealized Bitcoin gains. John McAfee AI token adds surprise chapter to his crypto story. SEC cancels controversial crypto accounting rule. SAB 121. BlackRock is back in the news. Their CEO wants SEC to rapidly approve tokenization of bonds and stocks, what it means for crypto. And then Ledger co-founder released after days in captivity in France is being reported. That and more, but first and foremost, of course, let's go ahead and take a quick look at these prices on the day. Woo, that's right, Bitcoin still doing this thing, not going to stop. You know, the honey badger going to keep going no matter what. And Bitcoin is definitely reminiscent of that as well. Let's go ahead and blow this screen up. I got it small. Let me blow this thing up. Hold on one moment. Make this thing big. Okay. Really quick, some shout outs to the chat. What's going on, chat? I see everybody's joining the chat right now. Funny enough, I low-key just somehow, I have no idea how I did it. There we go. I just messed up my screen though. All right, bring up these prices. That's what I was BS. I'm like, let's mess up the screen. There we go. There we go. Bitcoin is coming in $105,686, down 0.05%. Ethereum $3,396, up 3.48%. Ripple $3.18, up 0.82%. Solana at number 5, $267, up 6.2%. Number 9, Cardano at $1, up 0.52%. And Tron at number 10 at 25 cents, up 3.58%. Fear and Greed Index is at a 61. Bitcoin dominance is booming at 57.2, and Ethereum dominance at 11.2. And those are your prices on the day. Really quick. Well, first, let me give a couple of quick shout outs to the chat. Everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Was that old Cameron song or something? I can't remember. It was like an old song where at least the sample was. CEO, what up, though? Saber Sage, Memories of Mike, Deion Smith, Hyben, Simply Hair, Kasheen Petgrade, Theater of the Absurd, Credit K, Wisdom Bars, T, good morning, Nerd Up, and Uncle Reno. What's going on? I'm talking fast because unfortunately I got to do a short show today. I got my call sheet late last night in Hollywood. Said, hey, you need to be up in here by at 8 a.m. So I'm about to rush through some of these stories, give y'all a quick analysis. I can't do call-ins today, but I'll be back Monday with more, and I'll be on the Discord this weekend as well. But without further ado, let's roll straight into it. What's going on today? You all, it's official, people. It is again, this is a crypto-centric channel. I just be poking the embers and flames because it's funny as hell. But I don't care about the political side. It's a crypto-focused channel. And based on the crypto side of the house, Trump has done a job. It's official. He did his job. You always like, including me, we didn't hear no words of crypto during his inauguration speech. He's not talking about it. He got all these millions of dollars, possibly billions for his election from the crypto community. What's going to happen? Second full day in the office, he signs it, the executive order for cryptocurrency. He wants America to take over AI and crypto. And as it says here, Trump's executive order is a game changer for institutional crypto adoption. Why? Because like stories we covered the other day where Bank of America wants to get in, but they're waiting on the sideline. This is their sign to get in. Institutional cryptocurrency payments could become more popular thanks to Trump's incoming crypto task force and CBDC ban. That is right. He's also banning CBDCs. That was a surprise to me. I actually thought he would endorse those. But to me, this is signaling once again, this is about to become the extreme Wild West. If he's getting rid of CBDCs, to me, that's saying I'm not standing with the federal government. I'm standing with literally the people. Hey, we ain't going to do this whole streamlined government CBDC. I want you all to have your own thing. I got my own thing. This to me is signaling the Wild Wild West. Now, something I want to make super clear to everyone. At best, we have I would say on a bad end, we have 4 years. On a great end, we have 8+. And what I mean is, again, it wouldn't surprise me if he does a lot of crypto stuff that's great for the community and make all these pushes. And then the next administration is like, no, we're not doing any of this stuff he did. somewhat out of national security and for the federal government, and somewhat out of spite to him. But we're not going to continue. So it wouldn't surprise me in 4 years this thing did another 180. Or if we were lucky enough to get a follow up where someone really likes crypto, if it's ingrained into our community, we might see it for another 8+ years of it. But again, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of this stuff he's doing gets turned around. But we're going to live in the present right now, and this is the train we're on. So again, this is U.S. President Donald Trump executive order banning the creation of central bank digital currencies in the United States could mark a significant shift in institutional cryptocurrency adoption, according to industry executives. But this is along the path of the executive order he signed as well yesterday, January 3rd. I actually watched it when it happened. It was pretty cool, the marker and everything. Prohibits the establishment, issuance, circulation, or use of CBDCs, citing concerns over their potential to threaten financial system stability, individual privacy, and national sovereignty. The executive order's CBDCs ban is a game changer for the crypto industry in the US, according to Andy Leon, an author and intergovernmental blockchain advisor. But what I will also say is that it wasn't just this on the executive order. Again, it's about also making America first, bringing the technology from us to the rest of the world, and setting up AI and crypto companies here to succeed. So again, this is great. I'm happy to see this. Now it's about what that task force comes up with in regards to rules and regulations and how they enforce it, or vice versa. So again, I do not have a lot of time that I can't go into full rants or in these articles, but the bottom line is Trump signed an executive order for cryptocurrency, first time in American history. Love him or hate him, you have to love him for the moves he is doing for crypto. I'll be specific. I'm not saying anything else, but for what's happening in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, you gotta at least appreciate what the guy is doing. All right. Yeah. I mean, I listen, I'm not even gonna get political, but and maybe I'm just being super biased over the fact of where crypto's going, that I'm happy from what I'm seeing from this administration, what they're doing. Now I know other people are going, well, what about what's the little active veto the other day? What did he say? Hey, I know I'm about to trigger some of y'all because I've been seeing. I mean, I know people I know post. It's been taking everything in me not to say nothing. What was it? What is it? The DEI? Y'all mad about diversity? Why? Go work with your friends. Go start your own jobs. Y'all crying because somebody won't hire you. What are we talking about? Oh, don't be mad. Don't be mad. All right, let me stop. I don't want to trigger y'all this morning. They was like, you almost had us, King. Now we hate you. I'm not going to trigger you. Love him or hate him, he's doing things for crypto and Bitcoin. That is what I'm concerned about, because that is what's going to give you your real freedom, to where you don't care about diversity or whatever else initiative, because you have your own token and literally you have your own bank. So that's what we're working toward here. So you don't care about the rest of these executive orders and initiatives and this and that and the other. You only care about the bottom line, and that's Bitcoin and crypto. All right. Speaking of which, as I always say, listen, there's checks and balances, folks. And that's why that whole show the other day was about me saying you should be pressing your local and state politicians and regulators so that they can fight and press the national ones like Trump. You don't have to. And that's why I don't agree with her. I don't agree with her. Usually, I understand where she's coming from with this next story. And this is the job of her. Elizabeth Warren calls for the probe of Trump over crypto tokens. Senator Elizabeth Warren said Donald Trump's meme coin could raise the specter of uninhibited and untraceable foreign influence over the US president. I will agree with that. Now, this is a fair statement. Now, I disagree that they should have to overregulate and everything like that, but I do agree with it because this essentially was what happened with Trump. They don't know how much money he got in crypto donations. And she's seeing that now, and she doesn't like it because she knows she's not going to get the same type of money in crypto the way Trump is. So why not nip it in the bud? I get what she's doing from a personal point of view and also a federal one, because hey, what if it is a president we actually like that who really wants to cause harm to the effect of we're just going to start killing Americans? Then it's like, well, is this person going to get elected because they have some coin we can't find out about or some type of donation? So I do get where she's coming from. But again, I want to reiterate what I said the other day, because, I get to talking and rants and stuff. I want to make sure it's clear. The reason why I was pressing down on people and calling people sheep and saying you all are trying to vote on a national election when you don't know what's going on in your own state, which is, to me, is ridiculous. But the job of the people in your state is to do this. Elizabeth Warren is a senator. She represents the state. So in a perfect political world, we're hoping her constituents in the state are saying, hey, what the heck just went on with these elections? How did he have his own Trump coin, X, Y, and Z? And she's bringing the fight to him. That is how this is all supposed to work. So for people who are upset with these DEI hires, get off of Facebook making your posts. Go talk to your mayor, go talk to your governor, go talk to your county, whatever, and put the battery in their back to make that call to the White House to say, hey, what did you just do with this act of revocation? You going on Facebook and social media and screaming and crying to your friends about it isn't doing anything but make me laugh in the mornings. I love it. All right, what else we got? Back to this story. Senator Elizabeth Warren is doing her actual job for once. She has asked U.S. financial regulators and the government ethics office to probe the ethical and legal concerns around Donald and Melania Trump's crypto tokens. Again, me being objective for crypto and Bitcoin, this is a big win. And I, of course, support those tokens. But as an American citizen, understanding national security and where she's actually coming from, I have to be fair on this one. She is making a case. She is making a case on this one. We write with deep concern about the decision by President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump to launch two meme coins, Trump and Melania, that allowed them to earn extraordinary profits off his presidency, Warren wrote in a January 22nd letter. Now, one thing I will fight back and say is this: I'm actually all for a president making money off of their presidency. If it were up to me, the American government will pay presidents at least $20 million dollars a year. Like, think about this. You have the number one business position on the planet, just about, and you're getting paid $400,000 a year. Like, that's just so stupid. I'm just going to leave it there so I won't rant because I don't have time. It's just so stupid. You're asking and inviting, while it shouldn't happen, no matter what the cost is, right? You should do the right thing, but you're also asking and inviting like just intervention from just a ton of different sources. You have but you have the likes of BlackRock, which we'll be talking about today, who are strongly suggesting the government do something. Like, you have those people with those type of bank accounts, and you're going to pay the highest man or woman in the land $400,000. That's ridiculous. Okay, so I'm actually all for the Trumps or any other president making money off of their presidency, because it's my thought that if they make that money, they don't need to accept any more money. So when the gas companies come calling, or whatever company or industry that comes calling that's not here for the people, that says, well, hey, we'll give you an extra $500,000 to do it. Now the president can say, like, you do know I got like XYZ token, right? Like, you're talking about a couple million bucks. Like, it becomes, it's not worth my position or reputation. So I'm actually for the presidents doing that. But again, I digress. I do get Elizabeth Warren's position on this, and I'm not mad at her position. It is a national security concern. It is a slippery slope if you're going outside the traditional financial system to attain political contributions, essentially. On the flip side, once again, she's not doing this for the American people, even though it looks like that. She's doing it because she's like, this isn't fair. How can he do it and how can I not do it? All right. So that's one of the things. Again, Warren, a top Democrat in the Senate Banking Committee, who is known for her crypto skepticism, said the meme coin has massively enriched Trump personally, enabled a mechanism for the crypto industry to funnel cash to him, and create a volatile financial asset that allows anyone in the world to financially speculate on Trump's political fortunes. I agree with all of this. I agree with all of this. I think the real argument is going to come down to a moral one, to where, again, is this right or is this wrong? And like I said, so what? I'm actually happy he has enriched his people. This is the best thing to happen. The first week of his presidency, he's become filthy, stupid rich, to the effect he can't be persuaded by money. Like, do you not see the good in this? That to me is very good. That's very positive. Now, the negative on it is, if he has policies you strongly disagree with, then they're probably going to get pushed through because he has his own capital now. So all that payola and dirty stuff that may have went on around him, now he actually has the capital to push it through. So if you don't like a lot of his policies, that could be the negative thing. But I'm not looking at him specifically. I'm looking at the office of the president. I would want my president to be a wealthy man or woman so that companies couldn't influence them. Like, that is cut and dry. I am happy for that. But again, I get where she's coming from, especially during the actual election cycle, to where you could be getting crypto donations from what knows, who knows what country we don't like. And then she even says it here. I'm just actually talking about that. Maybe subconsciously I read it. She also claimed that leaders of hostile nations can covertly buy these meme coins, raising the specter of uninhibited and untraceable foreign influence over the president of the US. Again, I agree with everything she's saying. I get it. My only pushback is, with or without crypto, this could kind of happen. This just kind of like steroize it, kind of like, is on steroids or whatever. I just made up a word. um so I get it. I get both sides. I get where she's coming from. um again, I don't think this is going to be a fight of the people. I don't think this is something we'll have our opinion weighed in on. I think this is something they'll establish at the federal level, which again is why it's important to press the people in your states. Press the mayor, the governor, press the congressmen and women, press the senators, press the aldermen. I'm telling you, press the county commissioner, press them all, because this is their job to bring this back up. So if you do feel a certain way about it, reach out to those people, tell me to stand with or against Elizabeth and make this a reality. But she is right. This is something that actually has to be put in literature and legislation, I think, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just the tip of the iceberg. For us, angry as she's going to get for Trump, oh, you all going to be even angrier when that 24-year-old pulls up with that 100, $200 million in crypto money and says, you know what? I do want to change the rules. Why can't a 25-year-old run for president? I got money to lobby to it. Okay. So you never know. All right, let's keep it rolling. I'm gonna get to these comments in a minute. I'm seeing the comments going crazy. I know, listen, whenever I start mentioning the political stuff, y'all go crazy. I do it just because it's funny as hell to me. Get out your feelings. SEC cancels controversial crypto accounting rule, SAB 121. Really quick before I get into the details of SAB 121, this is why I said it again the other day. I'm gonna keep saying it. Whenever you all get to, well, the law says you got to do this, or it's against the rules, or the president. That's what y'all sound like to me. That's what y'all sound like. When all these do-gooders want to tell me about what the law says, I want to always bring up the law used to say that black people had to sit in the back of the bus. All right, like I always bring that up when people talk law. I don't care what the law says. Is it morally right? Is it like a God-given right? Like, what are we talking about here? I say all that to say this. I keep telling you all, this is the risky thing about playing by the rules. This is the risky thing about even giving crypto taxes right now, because literally in 2 years, in 3 years, whatever, and hopefully we'll see it here in the next few months with the Trump administration, they could change the rules. So you could essentially been getting taxed 30 to 40% on your crypto the last few years, been giving it to them. And then all of a sudden this year, President Trump says, all right, we're either not doing a tax or we'll drop it to 5%. You are not getting a refund of the last 5 or 6 years at 30 to 40% being taxed on all of your crypto transactions and swaps. They will not give you that refund. Good luck. So to me, it's crazy to even be following some of these laws blindly when it's like, for one, this is like legitimately stupid. For two, this is extortion. This is like a gang move. And for three, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to take it. Where is it at? I need to hear it. Well, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Hold on. Where are we at? Where are we at? You know where I'm going to look.
We're not going to take it.
We're not going to take it. All right. Let's talk about this rule really quick. The US SEC has revoked a rule that discouraged financial firms from holding crypto by requiring them to record digital assets as liabilities on their balance sheets. Oh my God, people, do you know what just happened? They just did it again. They just created a fake debt asset liability asset ratio on their sheet. You are crazy if you think banks and financial firms will have crypto as a liability on their balance sheets for the next 4 years. This is going to change within 6 to 8 months. Mark my words. Holy this is literally how they did the Jekyll Island thing when they created the Federal Reserve. They started off creating the debt and the liabilities, and then within like a few years, they're like, well, these are actually assets too, because we're loaning them out, right? Even though we're loaning it out and it's a debt, it's a liability because we can lose that money. The fact that we have a rate of return on it is actually an asset. Like that's what they did. That is what they're going to do here. They're going to put, okay, whatever. We're holding Bitcoin for people, XRP, Solana, whatever. We got all these crypto things going. For the first, maybe, like I said, 6 to 8 months, a year, like it says here, it's going to be a liability. And then somebody's going to smart up and say, well, why? We get money back on it, right? We have a rate of return on it, right? Looks like an asset to me, and a liability on the same balance sheet from something you just create out of thin air. Because you remember, they don't want to do this with Bitcoin. They want to do this with crypto. They want to do this with Dogecoin. So could you imagine a liability and an asset sheet, a debt the income ratio sheet, P&L, based off of meme coins created out of thin air? Woo! You know, wild west. People, the scary thing about this is, I shit you not, I'm talking the greatest depression. At this rate, in 4 years, mark my words, mark this show. I should have put it on the show title. There is a strong chance that we may devalue the dollar. Like, and it's already been devalued like 90 some percent. I know that. No. I'm talking Venezuela devalue, people. If we get another president to run with meme coins, he get his own president XYZ meme coin, and we continue on this route, and we're doing, the banks end up doing liabilities and assets on the same balance sheet for a meme coin. You start doing lending with the meme coin. You start doing ETFs and ETPs and futures with meme coins. That dollar is going to be worth shit. Milk is going to cost $3,000, people. Like, do you not see where we're headed right now? This is actually scary. And I'm doing this, I'm reading this live. I'm telling you, this is scary. This SEC has canceled a controversial rule that they just created, and then they just canceled it within 2 to 3 years, by the way. So if you were one of those people who are listening to the rules, yeah. Thanks for being a do-gooder, I guess. Ask financial firms holding crypto to record them as liabilities. Okay, that has canceled a controversial rule that asks financial firms holding crypto to record them as liabilities on their balance sheets. Okay, so they canceled. I was about to say a new staff accounting bulletin on January 3rd said it rescinds the interpretive guidance of SAB 121, an agency rule published in March of 2022. All right, so it lasted 2 years. That the crypto industry has long sought to cancel. Excuse me, 3 years almost. Bye SAB 121. SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce, the agency's crypto task force lead, wrote in an X post. It said it's not been fun. It's hilarious how the people who work at the agency says bye. It hasn't been fun. And it's like, hey, you helped vote for it. Like, I didn't see you losing your job trying to fight for it. But again, this asks all financial firms holding crypto on behalf of customers to report the assets as liability. Okay, so I said this wrong, but I think what's going to happen is what I said right. They already had it as a liability. So now it's about what they're switching it to. And I guarantee you, they probably just switched it to an asset. So I'm still right. Even though I was wrong, I'm still right. 2 years it took. I said it probably takes 6 to 8 months. It took 2 years. I was off 3 years. House Financial Services Committee Chair French Hill said in a statement on X, he was pleased to see the misguided SAB 121 rule has been rescinded. Holding reserves against the assets held in custody is not standard financial services practice. Holy shit. I did say this wrong, but I actually predicted it and it hit the wrong time frame. I said 6 to 8 months. It took 3 years. They just switched it from liabilities to assets. It took 3 years. Okay, so I was right, but I was wrong, but I was still right being wrong. I got the SAB rule wrong. Let's be clear. They were already saying it was liabilities. I thought that's what they were about to say. I said it wrong. And I said they were going to say it was liabilities, give them 6 to 8 months. They'll turn it into an asset. It looks like in 2022, they said it was a liability. And now in 2025, we're saying it's an asset. So it took 3 years. My bad. It took 3 years. There we go. Senator Cynthia Loomis added that SAB 121 was disastrous for the banking industry and only stunted American innovation and the advancement of digital assets. I am thrilled to see it repealed and get the SEC back on track to fulfilling its intended mission. This actually goes back to what I said a few years ago, or not a few years ago, last year, when I was making the case for Gary Gensler, when I was like, what if in a weird way, he's actually like the savior of the United States in the crypto industry and he's doing the right thing because he understands like what a no holds barred crypto environment will look like. And maybe that's what this is, where again, it was just a liability. And now that it's about to be on balance sheets as an asset, I'm telling you all, they're about to play a dirty financial game that the average human won't be able to understand. So if this is official, maybe Gary Gensler was saving us because oh man, this is going to get crazy, people. Could you imagine having 2 billion Dogecoin on your balance sheets as an asset for a quarterly report on the stock market? Like, it's not real. And all it takes is for a dip of Bitcoin to make all those balance sheets and all those financial institutions simultaneously take a dive if we go this direction. So click, buckle up. It's about to be a wild ride. All right, let me see a couple of comments before I keep going. I only got a few minutes left because I gotta go up to the valley. It's gonna take about 20 minutes to get there. Let's see. Warren and Gensler are in Jamie Dimon's pocket. Let's see. So after the golden age, we're gonna hit the ice age of ruin. That's right. Jake said I was right about being wrong, but I was still right because I could have been wrong. I remember that. What movie was that? That's what I was trying to get it off of. WS Banker said no, it isn't. And to think it means you aren't watching economic. Oh, okay, somebody I was responding. Somebody don't de-dollarize my whole mattress. Oh, is it Schiller? Hey, who keep shilling that X116 or whoever who in our chat? I've been seeing it on different channels that don't have anything to do with crypto. People are like, yeah, that football game was great, but go ahead and get you some of that X16. So whoever's been shilling that in the chat, for one, like our channel isn't even big enough to give me all these fucking bots. So please stop. But secondly, like I actually put $10 on it. It's getting shilled so hard across platforms. I'm like, you know what? Let me put $10 on it because what is going on right now? Let's see. As long as Trump is making money off crypto, the government will follow through. It's become a cult. I think so as well. They're jealous. He got a bunch of money and they want some of that as well. Let's see. Cats were scared this morning because Onyx coin dropped and the rich person funded it. Okay, I'm not sure about that one. Let's see. Roman tactics happening here in America. Incoming, you already know it. Let's see. BRICS. Yeah, people been talking about BRICS as well. Banks will kill liabilities and loan you or your Bitcoin 10% a year. You already know it. No taxes or less. I'm cashing out. They don't own it. So it can't be taxed. Just because they say it's being taxed doesn't mean it actually is. It's law. Yeah, Andre. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. That's the little token I keep saying. You already know it. Let's see. Y'all are about to get played thinking this dude cares about crypto. No, I disagree. Because here's the thing. It's not about if he actually cares about it. Who cares if he cares? Like, every day, I think we've seen Bitcoin and crypto gives us a different set of challenges and variables, essentially, right? The market's never the same. The market's always volatile. We always see 15% in either swing. Now we're actually starting to see 5 to 10%. But my point is like nothing is static. I was just talking to somebody on the phone the other day who was upset because they was like, you all said this wallet was good. XYZ wallet was good. I was like, yeah, I said that in 2020. It's 2025. I'm like, yo, wallets could be good for 3 weeks and stop being good. So, like, yeah, if you're holding me to something I said about the market in 2020 or 2021 and 2025, it's like you don't understand the market yet. And I understand why you're upset. You should be upset, but it's not, I didn't give you the wrong information. Like, you're not fully digesting the market. So, um, it's the same thing here at WS Banker. That's why I'm just saying, like, in 4 years, this can change. It doesn't matter if he cares about crypto. He just signed an executive order. Like, they're already making moves. They just freed Ross Ulbricht. It's not about caring. It's like it's actually happening in real time, and you have the opportunity in real time with your own bank, your own portfolio to make different moves based off how you analyze things, right? Because most of this is fundamental at this point. I think it's fair to say, there's no technical analysis that could have gave. Oh, well, once Trump get in office and this will like, no, this is fundamental. This is happening as it happens. He just signed the executive order. But I don't know. I will say that a lot of you who are still like doom and gloom, this is why things don't get done. I would say, if anything, not for everything he does in his presidency, but at least for crypto and Bitcoin specific, especially since there's people like, you got to remember, he's not just doing this because he likes crypto. I agree with you. He does not, right? He already said he wanted to ban it years ago. But when you have 6 or 7 crypto companies give you upwards of $400 to $500 million in campaign funds, now we're talking a little different game here. Oh, let's not forget something else. You already had an attempted assassination on your life. Are we forgetting this market is the Wild West? No, I think you all need to have a little bit more faith. And I think he's going to follow through, not because he wants to or he likes it or he's gun ho crypto. No, but because there's 500 million plus dollars at the other end who gave him money. And there's people who are real criminals in this space as well who are counting on him. So I'm not saying he's going to do it because, hey, he's a good dude. He's going to do it. I'm saying it because, like, look at everything up against it. This is a JFK event if he doesn't do it. Like, let's go there. Let's go there. If he decides to do the opposite and did Bitcoin and crypto wrong these first 48 to 72 hours, people, I'm telling you, they're a sophisticated criminal that we just talked about, the sheriffs who was involved in it. All right. So no, I think you all need to be way more like open to this and hope for the best instead of going like, he ain't gonna do shit. Like, all right, well, then it can't be worse than what we've already had. Didn't he say that before to the black? It can't be worse than what y'all had. The Bitcoin market and crypto market can literally not be worse than what we had the last few years. And if you disagree, I had to ask your business in the space because for my business, can't be worse. Invest Geek, thank you for the tip. Says peace to the warriors. Bitcoin is the way. Everyone is coming home to the mother chain. Check out track protocol and tap. All right. I thought he was gonna say Bitcoin, man. Come on. I thought he was gonna say Bitcoin. Let's see what else we got going on. BlackRock. This is the story I definitely wanted to cover. BlackRock is basically signaling. Yeah, these are the assassins I'm talking about right here. Matter of fact, as I say at the next article, this is who I'm talking about. When I say you got to give Trump more faith because all the money, these are the assassins right here. Like, he doesn't like, and he's not listening to us, but he's listening to BlackRock just like the last few presidents have as well. BlackRock CEO wants SEC to rapidly approve tokenization of bonds, stocks, and what it means for crypto. Again, I don't have time. I won't go into this article. We know what this means for crypto, the hyper cryptonization of everything. Again, if you have I'm just going to keep using Dogecoin since that's the Dogecoin bond, Dogecoin stock, on the crypto side, on the flip side, they're looking at US bonds and US stocks and turning that into crypto. They want to flip and flop everything because there's so much money to be made. For crypto, that means all your bags will be full. But for the US dollar, that means, again, milk will cost $3,000. What's really funny about this headline is how BlackRock CEO is talking like he's the boss, right? I want the SEC to rapidly approve it. Like, all right, damn. Like, are they listening to you? Again, this is Larry Fink. He's a huge believer in crypto now that he's made so much money. Urge the SEC to rapidly approve asset tokenization. And yes, this is a net positive in the short term. Long term, you better believe this will strongly possibly cause a civil war, if not in our country, in other countries. I'm being serious. It's going to cause a war because you're going to upend the traditional financial system and bankers who have already started wars and they're not scared to fight and kill people. So they're definitely going to put the military or whoever they can battery in the back. And of course, the crypto crowd will have to respond. At that time, we'll be mature enough to respond, which is coming very quickly. And again, I tell you, whether it's here or somewhere else, there's going to be some wars about this. It ain't going to go down like that when you got every type of bond and stock and everything on the crypto side and vice versa. And next, which is why I think and hope the tax burden may be lessened, not only because of what Elizabeth Warren is saying about President Trump. You know how she's saying, like, hey, this whole thing with Trump and Melania, like, we got to figure out how to stop it. You better believe she's going to tax them, but also MicroStrategy. All right. Trump and his friends are about to get hit with these taxes. You know, he ain't no friend of the IRS. And this is what I mean by, for us, it should be smooth selling. Yeah, you got to worry about your own taxes and MicroStrategy taxes and everything else. And when it comes to the common man, we should have smooth selling in this space. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping because how can the IRS come after you and me when literally it's like, yo, the president ain't paying his taxes. MicroStrategy ain't paying his taxes. Like, I'm being funny, but I'm being serious. You have something to hold up in court. Like, you literally go to court and look at a judge like, no. This is about to be like Nino Brown. This shit is way bigger than me. That light-skinned brother in the back, oh, he run the whole thing. Like, it's going to be way bigger than just me, okay? So we'll see what happens. This story, though, MicroStrategy is in the news now. Look, they always in the news for buying Bitcoin. You better not make no swaps, my boy. MicroStrategy may owe taxes on $19 billion of unrealized Bitcoin gains is being reported. And this is what I meant from the original. And what I always say is self-regulation, and we shouldn't listen to any laws or regulations involving this, which is too late. And the reason why I always said is because it's like when we start seeing these bills, where it's like, well, Bitcoin's legal in Arkansas, or we're gonna do a Bitcoin this, or wallets are legal, and it's like, you don't need literature to say it's legal. It's legal. You're not doing nothing wrong. You're not hurting nobody. It's literally technology. But once people started agreeing and clapping and championing these articles and these legislation processes and these bills, now that's the slippery slope where it's like, all right, well, now that you're happy that it's legal and you support this, don't be mad and feeling like things are unfair when they come back around and say it's illegal a few years later. So uh, that's the same thing with this whole market. I'm actually happy this is happening to MicroStrategy because my hope is that they can fight this fight from a litigation point of view before any of us has to. Because if they can fight this fight and say, no, we don't owe anything, we only owe 5% or something small, woo, thank you. We are all in the clear, right? But if they don't fight this fight or they lose this fight, it can get ugly. And there is a strong chance they can lose because why wouldn't the American government want taxes up $19 billion, right? Why would they let them skate? But we have to see what happens really quick. I do want to actually check out this article because I only skimmed it. MicroStrategy's Bitcoin portfolio has an unrealized gains amounting to more than 19.3 billion, what they say. More money, more problems. Despite never selling any Bitcoin, they still may have to pay taxes on their unrealized gains, that which would be some BS. According to the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022, again, a new act that just came about in 3 years. 3 years ago, a new act came about and they owe $19 billion of taxes. Like, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. When does it stop? Listen, don't give me billions of dollars because I'm not bending over. I will literally be the person who starts the war. Like, I'm not bending over because all of a sudden 2 years ago, a group of broke people came together and said, let's get more money off him. Like, what? Stop it. The act established a corporate alternative minimum tax, which under MicroStrategy will qualify for a 15% tax rate based on the adjusted version of the company's earnings, according to January, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, the IRS said we want our money. They said I'm not sure they're actually giving a number on it. That's what I'm trying to see. Yeah, I'm not actually even seeing a number. They're not even putting a number on it, but they are saying $19.3 billion unrealized tax gains. We want our cut. They're going to have to fight that fight. Hopefully they fight it and win, and it's better for the rest of us. All right, last couple of stories. Hey, and the story first, let me just give a shout out again. Appreciate that Invest Geek for the tip again. Track is an oracle. Okay. Track is an oracle for Bitcoin. Think Chainlink for Bitcoin. I am talking Bitcoin. Bitcoin now has NFTs and smart contracts available, as you know. Everyone is coming home. Cheers. You're actually right. As I'm reading out loud, I've already done some research into this. And as soon as you started talking about the Oracle for Bitcoin, like I swear 3 or 4 pages of reading just popped up to my brain, a bunch of notes. This is the way it works. It's weird. But you are right. Shout out to Track. Let's check it. Yeah, let's check it out for sure. Chainlink for Bitcoin. Ooh, it's getting spicy. Like that's the type of stuff that turns me on in the morning. Don't get to talking technology with me, people. All right. In another episode of Who Called It. I mean, let's be for real at this point. And I will take full accountability. I don't do clips. I should have been doing clips throughout the years, but I challenge anyone in this crypto space, including the diehard Bitcoiners, because when it comes to analysis, it's different. All right. Now, I'm not saying I'm a better developer. I know more code. Or I know the tech side of it. But as far as the analysis, I challenge anyone in this space. I'm smacking it. Okay. Next story up, a John McAfee token. Like, who literally called this before it came out? Like, who called this 2 days ago? John McAfee token. Shout out to Janice. Let's see if I can get Janice back on the show. She's been on the show before. That was McAfee's ex or his wife before, of course, he passed away, his widow. She was on the show, whatever. Let's see if we can get her back on. She created an AI crypto token for him. A lot of people thought it was a scam or it was a fake at first, and it came out like, no, this is real. Shout out to Janice. I know you still watch the show. She probably was watching the show on Wednesday. He's like, King, right? I'm about to be doing this shit right now. Shout out to Janice. That's what I'm talking about. But seriously, who be calling these people? Y'all can't. Hey, I be calling it. All right. John McAfee, AI token adds surprise chapter to his crypto story. Early crypto proponent John McAfee has posthumously announced an AI token project that first appeared to be a hack. Shout out to this token project again. I'm glad it came out to remind everyone how ridiculous it is that we have a South African with the crypto project that's renamed a government agency over it. We have a president with 2 meme coins. We've had throughout the last few years countless amount of institutional folks along the likes of Jamie Dimon manipulating the market, and nothing happens to anyone. But hey, we got to go after old McAfee, right? Because he tweeted about some different tokens and he got some of his bags. So we got to go after old McAfee. Anyone who's around early days of crypto remembers John McAfee. Again, interviewed him on this channel as well. Make sure you check it out before YouTube probably removes that as well. But in January 23rd, an ex account of the C cybersecurity developer made a surprise announcement that made it seem like he had risen from the grave. Again, I believe that was Janice on the account. I'm back with was it AI? Oh, AI. So almost antivirus, but AI virus, antivirus, and AI version of myself. You didn't think I would miss this cycle, did you? The post said. Blockchain security service PeckShield initially warned that McAfee's account was hacked, but later retracted its statement. Correction, it has not been compromised. PeckShield wrote. You can go and look at what the project is and all that good stuff. That doesn't matter. What does matter is McAfee is back on the AI side. Oh yeah, if you remember, he did say too. I can't remember the quote. I gotta look at it, but he said if Bitcoin goes to like $1 million or something, he eat his own Pinot fling or whatever they call it, the correct words. But regardless, shout out to McAfee. You see this back in 2018. We finally wrote down how our promotional tweets work. It's self-aggrandizing and ego stroking for us. However, if you're planning an ICO, trying to boost a coin, or want to shine a light on your latest project, you should overlook our swollen egos and see. So really quick, last thing I'll say about this. Around this time is when I kind of first started doing sponsorships and stuff on this channel. And I remember getting that pushback. And I was like, y'all are like, this is like the slow part of the class for the people who are pushing back. I'm like, if you think advertising and commercials and sponsors aren't going to hit this market, like you are smoking the best of the best. To me, he was the first person really to bring this. No, I won't say first, one of the first people, because of course Roger Ver as well, but he was bringing business and structure to the space. This was self-regulation. And the government at the time was like, no tweeting about crypto, no talking about crypto, no nothing crypto. And they went after him aggressively. This was 2018. It wasn't that long ago. just to come back around to see the market being manipulated the way it is, to see other people doing the exact same thing with no consequence. And this is why I'm with McAfee, and I take the stance I take to where it's like, hey, if I got to be looked at as an outlaw or a criminal when this thing is all said and done, then I'll take it, because the way they're doing business is just as wrong. There just happen to be the A side. So it doesn't like they own the news. They're not going to say, hey, we're the criminals. We're going to say, hey, yeah, we kicked in the door and the guy pulled out a gun. Yeah, because he's fucking scared. Yeah, so we shot him. It's like, well, you're in his house. Yeah, but he had a gun in his house. Yeah, but he had a gun. So to me, this is like the same thing where it's just absolutely ridiculous. But again, shout out to McAfee. I'm glad he's still alive posthumously for us, and his wife is still keeping that alive as well. All right, last but not least, I keep telling you all, you got to be on your P's and Q's. Ledger co-founder released after days in captivity is being reported in France. Ledger co-founder David Ballin was kidnapped in France. It looks like here, was it early kidnapped in France and safely released after police intervention. The incident involved a crypto ransom demand. Let's see. He is the co-founder of the French crypto hardware manufacturer Ledger. It looks like he was abducted from his home in central France during the early hours of January 21st. He was held captive until a police operation on the night of January 22nd, where they secured his release. So shout out to the French police. They got him home within 24 hours. Kidnappers, of course, wanted ransom and cryptocurrency. This dude has millions up under him. And to get it, maybe he does have top-notch security and somebody he knew, but the fact remains the same, people. When we're talking crypto, even if you're talking $20,000 to $30,000, you're like, I'm not a crypto millionaire. It doesn't matter. To the person who has less, they might want it from you. A, B, as I always said, this was a little bit different because they went inside of his home. So that is a little bit different. But the home, to me, it still works the same as outside. And what I mean is, unless they're pulling a car up into your garage and you're in the garage, you had to go from house to garage as far as no one sees you. The moment they get you outside, it's time to act a nut. All right. Make them kill you outside in your driveway in front of everybody in the wee early mornings of the night. Like, luckily this turned out, but for me, I don't feel comfortable going knowing I know. Luckily, the police got him back in 24 hours, but it is a very dangerous game once these people get you back to where they want to take you. So I know it's scary and everything, but we have to talk about this because all of us are in crypto. Um, if you're outside and they're trying to kidnap you, try to stay outside to the best of your ability. Make them shoot you outside if you can, whatever. Because it could get a lot worse if they get you to where they're going back. So again, good job on the French police and Ledger co-founder. I'm glad he made it out of there. But we're seeing these stories happen all the time. We've been seeing them for years. So again, be leery, be aware of your surroundings. For me, I'm military, my bubble, I don't care if you if you're a military age human and you enter my bubble, I'm already on orange and red. I don't like it. I don't care. All right. I don't care. I don't like it. I'm super weird about it. So I would say you might want to adopt some of that. I'm not saying get that far gone, but definitely you want to be aware. If you want these people who got a lot of crypto and you didn't let people know about it, be aware of your surroundings and everything 24/7. You never know what's going to happen. Even in the middle of the night, unfortunately. It sucks to say it, but it could happen. All right. Other than that, that's the show. Happy Friday. I'm about to be late to set officially now. Other than that, like I said, I'll be on Discord this weekend, and I see you all next week with some more news. I think this is about to be a very interesting first quarter in crypto cycle. We're already off to a great start. But let's see what happens by Monday. I mean, literally every 24 or 48 hours, we're getting new information. So let's see what happens by Monday. Shout out to all the commenters. Shout out to you, WS Banker. Great comments today. Saber Saves, Blue, and Uncle Reno. Of course, Invest Geek. Check out Track.